Hello and welcome back to Minecraft on the Tree 8 server, and we are now in the 1.14 land. As you can see, we have all the lamps and such around, and this is the new little spawn hub that someone has decided to build up around it, make it all nice and pretty and safe for us. So in one direction, we have a river that's kind of cutting through here. I think this is the south direction. Let's just get up on top of here. And so we have a whole bunch of hills around us and some forest. And that direction's got the path. And this nicely laid out by Shanton. So yeah, a pretty nice tall tower. I don't think anyone's really going to miss that. And the pathward will go north. And so we have like a little bit of snaking rivers and some plains and some hills by us. So interesting terrain around here to begin with. Yeah, a nice tall tower. A nice 6 ounce, so very easy to spot. That is a good thing. So northward to Shanton's area from here. We have a few people that have moved out in this direction. She has her own portal up there and one that's not too far. It's really close to each other in the nether, so it makes something really nice. So definitely hills. I think there's hills like on both sides, so it makes them for some interesting looks. We won't go like too close to her place just because I want her to be able to show her own thing on her own videos to visit her place. Got some of the new flowers around here, and we got MizzQT over in that direction, which she is building a nice lovely set of village and whatnot, and they have a little road kind of connecting between here. But I'm going to continue on more northward. And so originally I was looking around a place somewhere to go in some hills, and I found a nice place, but it was a little too close to her place, so I just needed to keep going more north. And as our server had a little bit of trouble with loading the chunks on the Realm server, but I think that has been fixed mostly. So for right now it's a little bit wonky. But as northward went towards the swamps, I usually hate the swamps. However, with the whole color change of the water, I kind of like don't mind it. And the colors of the trees and the grass, very fitting. But originally I was thinking, I'll just go around this big hill because there's a nice river that goes through here, and overlooking the swamp could be kind of neat because of the way I was kind of thinking about my theme of my next place. And there's all the chunks that are not loading. But it was a really nice big hill section over here, but it has a little bit of a hollow space in the middle. So I didn't know what to do about this. But in the meantime, I have a nice little stable set up. And I thought it would have been kind of nice, but I don't know if I would have been able to make it as big as how it's actually going to be. But this was going to be the area. Of course, I later found out there's like lava around here. So I didn't want to dig in and find lava around here either. But we will get on over here. Got my boat set up. There's a lot of space. A little bit of it is river, and a little bit of it is actually like plains and water around here. So there's like a mixture of blue water and then that kind of grayish yet clear bits of the swamp. And so there's the river kind of like runs right through here in the swamp. But there's a lot of grass. There's seagrass or whatnot that's in this swamp. And you see a nice little blue line that kind of runs through here. So it makes it kind of interesting. Gives it a bit of depth to this place. And it's not too much land. I'm kind of surprised in some of those areas. There's just a lot of it. But on the north side, there is this nice roofed forest with, of course, the mushrooms and whatnot. And I thought that might work better for my themed kind of place. Still got chunks that are being loaded. And it's not all shallow either right around here, which I don't mind. I like it being shallow enough in some places where the trees and little bits of ground and such is going to be. Originally, oh, there's a nice little cavern or something down there. Originally I was thinking of like a little alcove to kind of stick in and dig into the side of somewhere, make it a little bit kind of secluded like. But as much as I like the trees, I was kind of thinking that maybe I should be in a spot where it's a little bit darker. So over here I already have my tree farm kind of started up over here. But there's a lot of trees in here in the water, which I'll probably fix out a little bit and kind of redo a little bit of the land around here. But I'd also kind of looked over this section and thought maybe that might be a good way to kind of start digging in, but then ended up deciding over here in this direction to start off. So I've got a little bit of leaves and vines already being put in here because I want to be even more swampy-ish looking. Maybe a little bit more marsh-like if I can manage to pull that off. But that is the area kind of around here. I got my little bit of nether wart growing, but I want to get a bunch more like vines and bushes and stuff around as we kind of enter into this area. And there's some natural mushrooms and a little bit of water and stuff, so it kind of makes it. I'm not going to try to disturb too much of it. I might take on a few trees, but not do too much of it. Some of it has a little bit darker leaves, and the other ones have a lot brighter kind of stuff. And I was kind of hoping to. I wish it was a little bit more swampy right here, actually, just to keep that dark stuff. But I got a little stairway kind of all started. Going to kind of theme it leading up to it. Originally I wanted to be closer to the water, but the hill was naturally kind of done this way, and it's so really tall hill that I just kind of decided to go up a bit before going in. But around here got some really tall hill here, so I got a lot of room to work with, and it's still pretty high up in other directions as well. Although a little bit dangerous at night, of course, but yeah, a good bit of hill, so I'm not gonna like worry about running into, digging out and hitting the surface and whatnot. It dips down about a bit here, but otherwise it goes back up and go. And up a little bit more. Got a little bit of a wonky tree there. Alright. And so down below, where it gets a lot more swampier down here, hoping to kind of take advantage of that. And got a few little roaming animals, but lots of vines all over the place and stuff, and continue to work with that a bit, but we can kind of jot around and get back. And not sure, might terraform a little bit of the landscape. I want to keep it mostly the way it is, but I might make it a little bit easier to climb in some places. But upwards and inwards. And this is why I have the start here. Just gonna, have a space to drop off all your junk. I might form it a little bit out here, not quite sure, but the whole concept of getting a whole bunch of, I wish it could be darker, an overall darker, but get a bunch of dirt and mushroomy and leaves, mossy kind of looking, while trying to get enough lighting in, which is always a trick. And mushrooms are already spreading all over the place. But got a tunnel leading down here, got some other interesting doodads and corners and stuff, and the start of the major project down below here, and that is to be digging out the sides and going downwards and pushing it even back further and back towards the sides. But I got to get kind of like the ceiling and stuff kind of situated and terraformed to how I like first. And of course, there's some sort of lava down here too, which I gotta find and figure out not to fall into. But this will be like a project that'll be taking a good bit of time to figure out how I want to lay this out and such. But I've gotten my bit of materials and have to get some more, and this will just kind of take a good bit of time to get all this done and figure out how I want to shape everything. But we'll get back later with an update to this and whatever else comes my way. Thanks for watching, and see you later.